Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Talk Crash reality show. After last week's show of how metals are made, we received a great response from the viewers, and today we'll be talking about the topic biodegradable plastic is the way to the future. Now I'll be passing on to my colleagues to let you know more.
Hello everybody, ever wonder how the biodegradable plastic are made? Ever wonder about the differences between the biodegradable plastic and the non-biodegradable plastic? Fret not, the top grabbers are here.
So what is biodegradable plastic? It is also a plastic we use every day in our lives. A plastic that can decompose naturally in the environment as microorganisms and naturally occurring bacteria will break down the structure of biodegradable plastic.
Also, it forms harmless end products like carbon dioxide and water.
CO2 is harmless.
You don't say!
Oh, you so smart, you tell me how it's made lah.
Yes, indeed. Are you guys curious about how biodegradable plastics are made? My boss just contacted me that he just managed to find an expert at biodegradables. Let us interview him to tell us more about it.
Okay, so Mr. Chi out of thank you for accepting. So would you like to explain briefly to us how the biodegradable plastics are made?
You see, the biodegradable plastics can decompose. All of us know that it's made out of natural materials so that it can decompose. So usually what do they use as their raw products? In Singapore, what do you call them? You call them...
starch?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I remember a Chinese saying, 年轻人有前途, okay? Yeah, what happened is the starch will be broken down into lactic acid, which will be polymerized to form biodegradable plastic polylactide, known as PLA, which is commonly used in packaging materials. After that, it will be mixed with granules and melted and blended on a molecular level with appropriate polymer. My back is getting a bit tired. I will invite my assistant to carry on. Let's take a look at our assistant over here.
Hello boss, are you okay? Hello.
I'm a bit tired. Okay, we'll take over the microphones.
So what am I supposed to do?
Just carry on. Okay. 假装心脏。
Okay. Yeah, then after that, the fraction of starch in the mixture which is accessible to enzymes can be upgraded.
Upgraded? I think you mean degraded.
Oh, yeah, correct. Then it will be degraded by enzyme amylase and glucosidase. Also, starch contains two important functional groups, the OH group, which substitution reaction will take place, and the COC bond when there is chain breakage, usually made from natural plant materials.
I believe you forget to mention that there are many different kinds of biodegradable plastics. There's still the PHA bioplastics and the PA11, also known as the polyamide 11, and the PIA plastics that the experts mentioned earlier. The PHA bioplastic is
one of the most common types of biodegradable plastic out there. It is formed by bacterial ferment lipids or sugar. Why is it good? Come.
It is versatile and the properties can be manipulated so that materials can be broadly used.
As for polyamide 11, it's often used in places where high resistance to heat and mechanical stresses is essential. Components in many vehicles gain benefit from it. It can also be used in production of sports equipment like running shoes.
So now, you might be wondering what is the difference between biodegradable plastics and non-biodegradable plastics. In layman terms, you can think of it as biodegradable plastics is good, while non-biodegradable plastics is bad. Also, biodegradable plastics takes 3 to 6 months to decompose, while non-biodegradable plastics takes forever. Let's look at the example sent by the viewer 1234.
So now we'll be burying the non-biodegradable plastic to see how long it takes for it to decompose. So this is the soil.
You think decomposed already or
I
not?
think have let's check it out.
Wow, very long Now I'll be talking about the benefits of biodegradable plastics. Firstly, it uses short duration for decomposition. Because it uses less energy to manufacture, it takes only 3 to 6 months to decompose as compared to non-biodegradable ones. The second benefit of biodegradable plastics is that it is environmentally friendly. It releases carbon dioxide very slowly as it decomposes. The carbon dioxide is absorbed by microorganisms rather than it is being released into the atmosphere. Thirdly, it is beneficial to farmers. They grow their plants under plastic sheets. Large quantity of fuel is consumed to collect and dispose of plastic sheets as crops are harvested. Farmers can then leave plastic on the ground so it would compose and provide carbon for next year's plant. The fourth benefit is it is useful in compost heat. Bioplastics are manufactured from biomass substances such as potatoes or corn and many other starch products. It requires proper heat, airflow and water availability. All these diminishes the decomposition time. For the fifth one, there are many other benefits. Bioplastics are mainly made from natural materials. There are no toxins in the process of manufacturing. Also, the dependence of usage of fossil fuels and oil will be reduced. Lastly, they can minimize life threats on aquatic life when they are discarded into the sea.
Now Mate 18 will be sharing about the disadvantages of biodegradable plastics. Firstly, it is very toxic as it can only be recycled alone and not with other plastics, resulting in contamination. Improper disposal of it will cause insufficient breakdown, releasing poisonous substances and gases that contribute to the greenhouse effect.
Secondly is the composting availability. Home composting is rare in urban areas and the full process is about 2 years long. Industrial compost may be hard to access due to the limited facilities in the country. They can only efficiently and fully decompose at a specific environment of an ample combination of bacteria, humidity and a source to produce constant heat of 60 degrees Celsius for 10 days consecutive to break them down within 90 days.
Next is the engineering. Biodegradable plastics originates from organic sources which have to be farmed. Corn and soybeans which are used have to be highly dosed with toxic pesticides which will lead to soil pollution of the ground for crops. Other risks involves cross-contamination with genetically modified plants. The plants require regular nurturing and also these plants require high quantity of toxic minerals and are not good for the environment.
During the process of decomposition of the biodegradable plastics under proper conditions, they may degrade to the extent where microorganisms in the soil can metabolize them. They are dangerous as they release previously stored carbon and carbon dioxide into the soil, into the natural or carbon neutral soil, affecting the quality of them.
It's also more expensive than conventional plastic bags as it requires more innovative method to create them. They require more water, energy and more carbon dioxide emissions to produce than their conventional polyethylene counterparts.
Differentiation. People may not be able to differentiate between biodegradable plastics and non-biodegradable plastics. Therefore, they do not actually know the actual and correct way to dispose and handle them. This is and then in the end, most of them end up in the landfills, and therefore it is impossible to biodegrade.
So now Mate 18 will share with you the advantages of non-biodegradable plastics.
Firstly, it is resistant to acidic attack. Volatile materials can be stored in them. Secondly, food stored in plastic containers have longer shelf life as they prevent some microorganisms to increase in numbers.
Some materials and tools require the characteristics of non-biodegradable plastics. Example, nylon cords that have been tied to wooden structures like bridges remain intact after a longer period of time, unlike the dried plant fibers used in spokes. Appliances made of plastic materials like PVC can withstand some wear and tear better than biodegradable plastics made of organic materials, which may not be able to withstand the pressure.
Environmental damage. It may take up to 1,000 years to decay completely, and it may lead to a great build-up of natural landscape.
Oi, what's this?
Fumes. Fumes are produced when they burn the plastics up and releasing toxic fumes into the environment, heightening the level of air pollution. Pollution. When they are burned, they remain as pollutants and cause serious respiratory disorders when inhaled by humans. Threat to animal life. Many aquatic animals mistake them to be jellyfish and end up dying of suffocation when they eat them.
So I conclude that non-biodegradable plastic is the best.
Your head lah, I think biodegradable plastic is better.
No.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us once again on the Top Crack reality show. We hope that you have enjoyed these episodes of facts and fun. Remember to stay tuned and to catch us on the same time, same day. So long, folks.